This is the Success Through Community podcast.
So today I am going to be talking about a book called The Silent Seller, Growing Your Business Without the Noise by Jai Verma. Now, Kelly, I don't know how you'll feel about this, but this book is the very first book I've ever read on a Kindle.
Okay.
I bought my first Kindle
Okay.
and I went a little crazy on Kindle Unlimited. And this was one, just a little bit.
Amazing.
And this was one of those books. So I never wanted to be a part of that economy, but here we are. And I'm loving it and regretting that it took me so darn long.
I feel you. Well, then I'm going to also send you down a rabbit hole that your husband will not thank me for. Well, he might thank me for a little bit. Are you aware of BookBub?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it is all about the digital books. So your Kindle,
Yeah.
you can just when you see, especially the free books that come through, but the super low ticket books, just buy them and then just stick them in there. And then whenever you have time, you'll have this massive library of books. So actually, maybe he will thank me because they won't be physical books in your house.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later on. But but yeah, I think he'll appreciate that. I've always been a part of BookBub, but I've only ever gotten Google Books because I've always used the Google Playbook because I'm an Android person.
Yes,
right?
As am I, which is why we are friends. Yes.
Yeah, well, Sal had his trip and he wanted to borrow my tablet, which I usually use as my e-reader. And I was like, well, since I'm going to be bookless, he's like, no. I'm like, no. Yeah, it was a whole thing. Anyway, I digress. Okay. So I got this book on Kindle, and it was on Kindle Unlimited. So if you are a Kindle subscriber, then this book is absolutely free. It is The Silent Seller, Growing Your Business Without the Noise.
But it's like a library book, though, right?
Well, Kindle Unlimited kind of is. Yeah.
You don't own it. It's not like an Audible thing or whatever. Because I'm only calling that out because I did not know that originally. And so it was just a surprise.
Yeah. And when I learned that, I was a little disappointed, but then I'm like, well, it makes sense. The thing about it is with the Kindle Unlimited, you don't have to wait like you do a library. Do you have any idea how many weeks it took me to get a book from the library using the Libby app? But that's another thing about the Kindle that I'm loving. Oh my gosh, this is a commercial now. I can attach my Libby app to it. So
yes, you can.
I did not know this.
You can also log in Described on it if you're using that. I'm just saying, it's not an ad. This is not sponsored, although Kindle, hi, we're
Hello.
here.
Yeah.
No, but it is absolutely. And I can tell you too, I learned a lot because I felt bad reading digital books for a while because I didn't really understand how the authors get compensated for that.
Yeah,
because I'm just I want to buy the physical book, but I only have so much space, and if I bought every single book I ever wanted as a physical book, there would be a million garage sales in my future. And so I started doing that with Scribed and then with Kindle Unlimited and then whatever, and I was like, but how does the author get paid? Is it they just get paid a licensing fee? How does that work? I want to make sure they're really getting money. But now I know because, see, my husband's an author, and so he's been on Kindle Unlimited. And so now I understand how it works. They get paid by the page turn.
What?
Yes. So all this to say, and Kindle,
very interesting.
Don't listen right now. But if you get a book from Kindle Unlimited, and let's say that either you don't love it or you just get sidetracked and you're not able to finish it and you're like, I need to switch this out for another book. Before you do, just swipe a few more pages. Just give them a couple more cents before you do, because that's how it works. They get a few cents per page turn. Just throwing that out there as interesting knowledge.
Did not know that. I know that that's Spotify gets paid by the
plays or whatever.
It's how long they listen to it for. So I don't feel so bad when, Katy Perry comes on and I just skip it immediately. I'm not I'm okay with that. But when sometimes, and I will admit this, I don't know, call it what it is. I'm supporting my kid. When his song comes on, even if I don't want to listen to it, I just turn the volume down and let it play out. And,
Yes,
right? Because you're getting paid for this one, baby boy. So that is
absolutely. And
neat.
that's
I
how
didn't know it
YouTube
was by
works
page.
too. So
Oh,
FYI, if
yeah.
you have friends who have YouTube channels, I mean, don't like do it like on loop because it will pick up on your IP address being the same for too long and it will not trust that. But if you see their video come through, just yeah, turn it down and let it play. Like
Let it
support your
play.
friends, guys. Support
Yes.
them.
Support their community. That's how we do this. Just don't be
Yes.
shady. Just
Yes,
do it right.
exactly. Exactly. But anyways, back to the book. I
Anyways,
I
back to
overlapped
the
you when you
book.
were saying the full name of the book. So give us the full name of the book.
Oh, okay. So once again, it is The Silent Seller, Growing Your Business Without the Noise. And it is by Jai Verma, which I'm
Okay.
pretty sure this is a self-published through Amazon kind of book,
Okay.
which is great. Supporting
Yeah.
your little ones, right? Okay, so for with this book, I want to be honest. From the very, very beginning, when I first started reading this, I was very excited. I really wanted to be excited. As you know, for the past year or so, I've been slowly shifting into something a little bit more rooted, more intentional, a little quieter,
Yeah.
and definitely a lot more introverted. So the title felt very familiar to me, right?
Yeah.
So it pulled me in, and I was very excited for it. And as I was reading it, it felt like it was written for me because honestly, it was using a lot of the same language that I've been moving into this past year. So it
Nice.
really felt like it got me. But as I kept reading, that excitement kind of dwindled a little bit. And it's not because it wasn't a good book. It just, so much of what it had to offer, I've already been living. I've already been learning and I've already been unlearning a lot. And you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it just felt repetitive to me.
Yeah.
But in a sense, I'm trying to look at that silver lining thing about the book. So there's always that, like, there's value in that validation, right? So I'm
I was
reading
going to
something
say
that
it's like an affirmation, right? It's showing
yeah,
you that you're on the right track, which is nice.
exactly. So it gave me that sense of feeling I'm not crazy. And even better, I'm not alone.
Yes.
And so it kind of gave me that gone from super excitement to dwindle to, okay, this is good. This is what I need. So I guess kind of what I want to talk about with the book, it's more what and this is why I said earlier, it might not be a very long episode, is that I want to more talk about my personal reflection that I got from reading the book and what stood out and why it mattered to me, as opposed to what the book does and says. Moreover, because honestly, everything that the book says is everything I already value. Like, you can build business quietly in a world that keeps telling us to be louder.
Mm.
And I kept finding myself thinking over and over, like, it's kind of like a myth. And I came up with like the megaphone myth, right? Yeah, yeah, I was
Oh,
bored.
I like that.
And it's just the idea that louder equals better, or constant visibility equals trust, or being everywhere means you're successful. And that's not the case, right?
Mm-mm.
So reading the book just helped affirm, like you said, stuff that I've already been noticing for a while. So that tested formula of more posts, more content, more launches, more, it wasn't repeated, which I loved, right? The
Yeah.
book just seemed,
Yeah.
it's a sales book. It's teaching you how to sell. So it's just nice to see a sales book that doesn't overvalue the visibility and the noise and values more alignment and self-reflection. And it was just really nice to read. It talks about how introversion is a power. It's your superpower. And we've talked about this before. So
Mhm.
if you are trying to embrace that more as a business owner, I think this book will be great. It's free. It's on Kindle. You don't even have to own a Kindle. You can have the app, or even, an Amazon account, and you can read it on the Amazon account. Like, it just, it's good. I'm going
Yeah.
to give it, it's a good.
I am curious though. I do have to ask before you
Yeah.
dive into your insights, which I absolutely I can't wait to hear.
Mm.
When did this book get released?
I believe, oh, you know what? I have it in front of me. Hang on. I can look. I think it was like 2022 or something. Like, not, how do you go to the front? I'm learning.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're in a Kindle. You have to remember how to. It's not so
Yeah,
simple to just turn your
not so
page.
simple.
Well, I'm curious.
It
I'll,
doesn't
I'll
say. I'll
explain
find
like
out.
why I'm curious because like I do feel like as much as I hated doing it. I do feel like there was a time when being loud and being overly visible
Mm-hmm.
was important,
Yes.
but I think we have, well, I've seen it, so I'm going to go so far as to say I know things have shifted into the point where it got so loud and so
Yeah.
noisy that now people value, I don't want to say the quiet necessarily because you got to tell them something, otherwise they don't know you exist, but like they value the strategic
Yeah.
visibility.
There's a lot more. I think you're seeing more and more people not so much going into the value of the introversion side of business, but I think people are leaning deeply into the connection side of business. And
Authenticity and all
yeah,
of
and
that, which, yeah.
without the buzzwords, right?
Hmm.
So, and the thing is trust isn't built in the noise, it's found in the pauses. And I think that people are
Whoa,
starting
whoa,
to,
whoa. Rewind. Say that again.
sorry?
Say that phrase again.
Oh, trust, because that's what people are looking for. So trust isn't built in the noise, it's found in the pauses. And
Okay,
I think
that
that,
is the quote for this episode. I'm just saying that right now. Okay, go on. I totally
and
agree, but that's just,
yeah,
I love the way you worded that.
well, it's because, and the way I think that is because marketing and the most effective marketing isn't the kind that really, it doesn't feel like marketing.
Right.
You know, it's that screaming all the time that we are constantly being fed is what you need to do. And so many other business owners that I admire, and this is when I was reading the book and I'm like kind of reflecting and doing all of these things, I noticed that the ones that are truly building good, sustainable businesses and have solid brands, they're not the ones shouting the loudest. They're not the ones, just going out there launch after launch after launch, which for years you and I both did, and
Oh,
we
man.
fell into the trap. But they're
Yes.
the ones that are now showing up consistently, clearly, calmly. No bells, no whistles, no smoke and mirrors, no buy now or it's never coming back, or this is, none of
Yeah.
that anymore.
It's
It's
all
just
that
presence.
FOMO marketing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, and this book kind of reaffirms that you don't need to do that anymore. And I think you're right. The world is loud. It is so
Yes, it
loud.
is.
And when you are a business owner, it seems to be louder because you join so many other business owner communities and networking. And I find that when you pull away from the online world and you network and join the communities that are not online. You actually go to a coffee meetup and stuff like that. You build
What?
those connections.
Yeah.
It's so much better,
No,
right?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally
So,
agree with that.
and the book itself outlines several different ways to do that. It talks about how there's a quiet way to run your business and a sustainable way. And they're not flashy, they're not revolutionary by any means. It's all stuff we already know. They're simple, they're logical, they're effective, but they're not common anymore. And that's the
Yeah.
thing. And like you said, more and more people are leaning into that. So when I started leaning into the introversion thing, it just more and more people started, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? They just came, oh, what's the word, Kelly? I can't remember, but they just started coming. Like it would, I attracted, lock your
Attraction
brain.
marketing, is that what
The
you're talking about?
attraction mark. Yeah,
Yes.
in a sense where I was just putting out what felt right to me.
Hmm.
And obviously it felt right to them. So I sucked them all in.
Yes, exactly.
I don't think
I almost
sucker
want
is
to
the word
call
I'm
it,
looking for though.
no, 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 but I almost want to call it like vacuum marketing. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm with you. But so I'm curious. So this author, I already forget the name. I apologize to the author. I
That's
forget
okay.
the name. Um, what is their background? Like, where
Honestly,
did it come up in the book? Like,
it didn't. Not at all.
okay,
So this
okay,
book, the reason why I think this is very much a self-publishing book, and no no digs to the author, Jai Verma, Jai,
thank you.
but I think one of the reasons why everything felt so familiar and redundant to me was because I think it is. I think he's just regurgitating things that he's seeing that he thinks important. Because when I looked
Mm.
him up on Amazon, I looked him up as an author. He had a full spectrum of books. None of them were in one single niche.
Oh,
So
so
it
no
made
real
me think,
focus.
Yeah. So it doesn't make me think he's an expert. He's no Christine Kane. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, no Beth
he
Bulow.
yeah, he
Yeah.
just but he had something to say and I chose to read it and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like good for him. Go read my book. It's out there somewhere. I'm gonna go start flipping the pages. Anyway, um, never mind. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, we mentioned libraries, right? And I wanted to bring this up because they talk in the book a lot about different growth strategies.
Okay.
And one of them actually stuck with me. He didn't use this term, but I came up with it because my husband, God bless his soul, as you know, and we mentioned before about libraries, and I have been working on building a library in my house, which means I'm taking over a room.
Yes. And I'm
And
still waiting for my pictures, but it's all good.
that's this week. We are at
Okay, good.
staycation this week to get it done.
Nice.
But it's just too much book talk, too much DIY videos. It's a whole fiasco. But
Yeah.
recently we were going over a few things and I was rambling on about do I want a ladder? What kind of lighting? Like I was just doing the whole thing.
Yes.
And he flat out
And
looked at me
yes,
and
you
he's
want
like,
a ladder because that's what makes it a cool
right,
library. Anyways, but moving on.
right.
Yes.
Anyway, he said to me, you're not building a bookshelf for this room. You're building a place that you're going to move into and never leave. And I'm never going to see you again. And I kind of went, your point? Like,
And this is bad. You could
I
come
don't see a
visit
problem.
me if
Like,
you
oh,
want.
I'll give you a chair. Like, I really, I'll give you your own light. And yeah, so it was fun
I
and
love it.
goofy. But it just, what he said would not leave me. And I don't know if it's a guilt thing or what. But then I was like, be the library, not the billboard. That's what I need. Now, that's the quote I was hoping to say today. That would be
Mm.
like, oh, that's the quote. But obviously, that's not it. But yeah,
Dude, no,
so,
it can be though. See, because we have 4 weeks that we say things about these
yeah,
episodes, so it can
it can be.
absolutely
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Be the
Be the
library, not the billboard.
Be the library, not the billboard. And the thing about that
Interesting.
was, I was sitting here at my desk. And the reason why that kind of matters to me and why that hits so much is because I started thinking that, like, a billboard is designed to grab your attention. It's flashy, it wants you to notice it. But once you notice it, you've already driven by, right? You're gone.
Well, not to
It's
mention it's
gone.
shallow.
Yes, there's no connection, surface level, nothing.
Yeah,
But a library, does that not invite you in? It's
absolutely.
quiet, it's
It's
organized,
cozy if it's done well.
oh, it will be. It's
Yeah, oh, yours will be.
intentional.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
It's built specifically for people to return again and
And to
again and
stay
again,
and spend time in.
right? And it's not demanding attention. And it
Yes.
is 100% earning the trust of those that enter it. So that's when I was like, this is how I want my business to feel. This is how I want Coach's Corner and Jolene Mills to be. I want to be the library, not just a vast amount of knowledge, but I want people to always want to come back because of the vast amount of knowledge, because they feel comfortable, cozy, no judgment, are learning and getting what they came for. And
Yes.
that's what I want to run. I want a library. So he was not impressed when I said that again, even louder. And he's like, I know. But I was like, we share an office for those of you that don't know. And I'm sitting here blogging away and I'm like, I want a library. And he's, honey, we've gone through this. It's just, yeah, my life is interesting.
And yet you're getting a library, so who won this
I am,
conversation? Just saying.
right? Yeah, we're going to have a whole conversation about the one we're building this week because I need your advice on something, but that's
Okay,
another thing.
sounds good.
But,
Yeah, because last we
but
talked about this, just one little tangent, I promise. But like
yeah,
the last we talked about this, the pictures you sent me, it was a bookshelf in a room, and it has grown since we
a
talked
little
about
bit,
this. Okay, well, I'm loving this.
little bit. And he's on vacation for a week, the poor fool. Um, we're not
Which
going
means,
anywhere.
here, honey, here's a list of things to do.
I
Amazing.
saw this video. She made it look easy, so I'm positive you can do it too, love bug.
Well, I have to say, a couple of years ago, when we used one of those easy video build things to make our dining room farm table,
Mhm.
um, luckily my parents were here because it was basically my dad and my husband doing it. In her video, she was like, it took me, I don't remember exactly, but I want to say she said something like, this took me less than an hour. Okay, it took us like 2 days to get this thing made. I love the table, but it is never as easy as they make it look, ever.
No. And it's, and I never take into consideration they're professionals. As much as
Yes.
they say they're not, they are professionals. They have every awesome make my life easy tool known to man.
Yes.
So when I'm going to be asking him to bevel me a fancy trim, it's like, here's a chisel, love. You can do it. I have faith in you.
Go sit on the
Right?
porch and listen to banjo music and bevel me a
Whittle me a corner.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
Okay.
Okay, back to the
That-
book. Sorry. That tangent
No.
was longer than I expected, but it was worth it.
That's
Okay. So back
right.
to the book.
So basically, that's basically what the book did for me. So we're
Okay.
really not going back to the book. We're going back
we're not.
to
Okay.
this book. I don't want to say it gave me clarity, but it did. It didn't give me the clarity I think it intended to give me.
Yeah.
It says right at the beginning of the book that its intention is to, help you become a successful business person through quiet methods and silent selling. And it explains what silent selling is. And it gives you the introversion is a superpower spiel. And it goes into all those things. And it goes into connection and how to network as an introvert. Not as much as Beth did, because Beth was amazing. Like I said, I think this is just solid experience talking from this person, but not as a business owner, because some of the advice on there is really light, like how to use social media as an introvert. Well, us introverts know how to do that already, so thanks, bud.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
the book
yeah.
itself, I'm not saying it's a bad book by any means. It's a great book. It put language on the direction I was going, right? Like
Which is important, as we know, like
yeah,
especially if part of what you're doing is teaching other people to do it. Like,
right?
just because you know what you're doing, if you can't articulate it, I mean, this is the thing that
Yeah.
I've been learning like crazy over the last year. If you can't articulate what you're trying to do, well, then it doesn't matter if you know what you mean because nobody
Yeah.
else does.
Right?
So that is really helpful for you to get that out of this, even if that was the only thing you got out of it, like it'd still be worthwhile. But I think this happens to me with books sometimes too. Like, obviously the author has their own intention when they write and release a book.
Mhm.
And, to a certain extent, you want to get what the author intended out of it. But at the same time, sometimes books just spark a thought in you. And then you're like, okay, thanks, book. I don't need you anymore. And then you
Thanks
just
for-
go off on your own. And like, obviously that's not the author's goal, but like, it's still a benefit to you.
It's basically a thanks for the fish, right? It's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
carry on, have a good day. And that's exactly what this book is for me. For others, it might give good, solid advice because it is a decent read. It's an easy read, it's a good read, and it has a lot of value to it. I'm not saying it doesn't for sure. But for me, it was just a gentle reminder, a gentle it was a gentle reminder
I'm with ya.
that it isn't always about doing more. It isn't always about curating your existence, your blogs, your podcasts, whatever resources you have out there, your thoughts, and it's about making them discoverable. And it's about doing it in a way that you're comfortable with, and about doing it in a way that's going to make I don't want to say you happy and successful, but essentially you're running a business, so that is what does matter. As much as we are all out there to help people and provide a service, the end goal, we run a business, right? We
Right.
need to sustain our lives in the lifestyle we want to do, and we shouldn't have to do it the way everyone else does it. We should be able to do it the way we want to, and if that's quietly, then by all means, go to the library.
Shh, be the library,
shh.
Jolene. Be the library. No, but I mean, truly though, like what you're saying, I think I don't know if in some circles that would be considered like a hot take, but I don't think it is at all because
Yeah.
yes, of course, especially as heart-led business owners, yes, our number one priority, quote unquote, should. I'm saying that because that's the S word that I absolutely hate and like do not like to use in my business because I don't think should be a
Should
thing.
exist.
But at the same time, like yes, we want to take care of our customers and serve our customers and whatever, but it kind of takes me back to that whole like you got to put on your oxygen mask first kind of mentality of like
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
or to put it another way, you can't give from an empty cup or whatever you want to say. Like you have to build something that is sustainable and balanced and enjoyable to you because ultimately how you feel in your business is going to impact how you show up for your clients, period.
Period.
So it absolutely matters. And anyone who thinks it doesn't is either naive and new to this or wrong. It's just my personal opinion.
Just wrong. There's no going back on that one. No, I agree. I agree 100%. And uh, just taking a peek, it looks like The Silent Seller by Jai Verma, again, that's the book I was reading, was
Yes.
published this year, January
See, that makes
2025.
so much more sense because even 2022, I was like, oh, that was like right in the height of the noise,
Yeah,
really, you know?
it
But
it
like
really was.
this year, I have seen a major shift in that in particular.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly can't remember, and this might partially be because I'm not really on social media anymore, but I can't remember the last time I saw someone doing a challenge launch. And if
Oh,
you
yeah.
were someone who was, starting a business or trying to grow a business in 2020 to 2022, 23, you just like got the icks when I said those words because
Yeah. Yeah.
that was what it was and it was exhausting and it was in my experience not very successful and definitely not sustainable and I think we all started picking up on that and even as customers they were picking up on that because it's exhausting as a customer
It
to have to
is.
go jump into a challenge and then get like hard sold right at the end of it. It's like okay, I get it, you run a business, leave me alone, like
Same
just
with
it's a lot.
webinars. They're
Yes, with
they're
the
they're a thing of the
yes.
past as well, which
Yeah.
I
I mean,
appreciate
Amy
so very
Porterfield still
much.
does them, but like she's kind of unique. She gets
Yeah,
away with
she
it. It's like
started them.
her she did start them and like it still works for her.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I can't remember the last time I did a
Yeah.
webinar. And I'm
You know,
so grateful for that because I hated doing them.
oh, they're so stressful.
Yeah.
So stressful. And yeah, I appreciate that everyone's leaning into that quiet kind of method. I think you're right.
Yes.
It's all over the place, which makes me think even more about this author. Just kind of it feels bandwagoning,
Yeah, a little bit.
because but for me, even if he did it just to make a buck or a page, um
A
a
few
page flip,
cents per turn.
um
Yes.
the thing is it it opened up for me. So, and I'm happy I read the book, and I will
Yeah.
recommend it to someone because it is not a blue ocean strategy. It doesn't go so deep. It's not university level by any means. It
Yeah.
goes,
It's
it's
a
pretty.
gateway.
It is, yeah, and because I was already on the path, it just opened it up a little bit more for me and helped me, reassure that I
Yeah.
know that I'm on the path for me at the time. So, yeah, that's
I
what I think
love
about
it.
that. And you mentioned Amy Porterfield, and I
Yes.
have her book, and her book is on my TBR, which I've started for one of our
Which book?
future
Because I don't.
episodes.
Does she only have one book? I don't know. Like, I talk about her a lot, but like, I
Yeah,
actually do. I'm not super familiar with a lot of her stuff. So, what is her book called?
it's called 2 weeks notice.
2 weeks notice. Okay.
Yeah, and it's on, like, I've started it, but then
Okay.
it was one of those books that, much like, um, oh, his name's Pat Flynn's.
Uh huh.
It's almost like a textbook, right? Like there's
Hmm.
things to do at the end of every. So she got put back on the TBR for a little while.
Yeah. Because to
But
be
then,
fair, like, love me some Pat Flynn, love Brendan Burchard, who also did that with
yeah,
like the
yeah,
questions at the end. But man, it is like a textbook. You have to
yeah,
set aside a lot more time, and it's not the kind of thing that you can just like lightly consume and glean some stuff from. Like,
yeah.
you have to give it focus and
You have to be
attention.
dedicated. Yeah, you have to
Yes,
be in the right mindset and in the right headspace to
for
kind of.
sure.
And that's the same with Amy's book. So I'm
Okay.
looking forward to it. But that is for a future episode. Which one? I don't know, but it'll be there. But for this one, it is one that you can just read on your transit ride. You can read it on the plane, on the bus, while Hubs is driving you down the street. It's just that kind of book that you can just pick up and be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, I can do that. Oh, I did that already. All right, I'm on the right path, right? So that's
Yeah.
what I think about this book. Go for
I
it.
need some books like that on my TBR. My TBR is like a little
Heavy.
too meaty. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just added one to it because I was recording my other podcast for next week because I'm going to be out of town. Anyways, whatever. By the time you guys hear this, it'll have been like weeks ago. But um, I discovered a Brene Brown book that I did not know.
Which one?
Okay, so hang on. Let me pull up my screen that says which one because I forget. But I saw it and I was like, because I was looking for quotes to go along with a topic I was talking about, and it was cited from this book, and I was like, I don't know this book. What? Like, uh-oh. It's called The Gifts of Imperfection. Let go of who you think you're supposed to be and embrace who you are.
Oh my.
And I was like, dude, like
She loves herself
that,
a good title.
right? Like, how? I mean, I need to go to her title person. Like, maybe it's her, and then she needs to give a master class on how to title books. But like, otherwise, I need her editor because I need to know
Yeah.
how they come up with that because it's just so powerful. And I'm even gonna like say the quote right now too because it
Yeah.
actually applies in this situation, and I think you're really really gonna like it. But she says, authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. Choosing authenticity means cultivating the courage to be imperfect.
Oh, I love
And I was
that.
like, oh, dude, you just hit me in all the places, Brene, like you always do.
Always.
So there's another one on my TBR. I haven't even gotten to it, and now I'm adding to it again. Just like, you guys, stop with the good stuff. And that might even be an old book. I have no idea. I have
It
not
it
looked into it yet.
it probably is because I've noticed in the past, I know we're going on a tangent. Sorry,
I know.
Mom.
I know. It's all good.
One of the things I've noticed with her books is her older ones have these great meaty titles, but the
Uh
newer
huh.
ones are short, right? Hearts of Atlas, Daring Greatly, Imperfect. Like they have shorter titles, but really powerful subtitles. And I really want to read this book now.
Yeah, I
So
know.
yeah, add
It's
that
a
one
good
to the
one.
list. Is it on Kindle Unlimited? Because if so,
Probably. I don't know. I don't know. I One thing I do know is that Kindle Unlimited, when you're on there, you have to be exclusively on there as far as like the digital side goes. So chances are she's not on Kindle Unlimited anymore
mm-hmm,
because most people do that early on as they're like drumming up, buzz and
getting the
whatever.
reads, getting the
Yeah, and
page
then you
turns.
leave it because then you want to go to like Scribed and you want to be on
Yeah.
BookBub and whatever all the
Well,
other
see,
places. So
unlike you, I do have a problem when I grab a book that I like. I have how many copies of Let Them do I have? I
well,
tend to
I have
buy
two now, so I'm catching up.
catching up. Yeah, I tend to grab a book in one format or another. And then if I like it, I end up getting it in the other format. So for example, with Audible, because I did the yearly subscription thing where you get X amount of credits, I think it was like 25 credits for a year instead of paying
Okay.
monthly, right?
Oh,
And so
okay.
now I'm like credit crazy. I'll take this, I'll take that, I'll take this.
And
And
they
then
just
I
had a
listen to
sale
it.
too. It was
Oh,
all I could do not to go searching to because I only have
spend
three
everything.
credits right now, and I could not waste them on that right now.
See, and my problem is I'll sit there and I'll have 5, 6 credits, but then I'll pay for a book because I don't want to use the credit. I am so bad.
Okay, that is a problem. That is definitely a problem.
But the thing is what my point is
Yes,
I
sorry.
will listen to the audiobook, like Mel's book. I listened
Hmm.
to it, loved it. Then I went and I got the digital version. Then I saw the paper or the hardcover at Costco, and I bought like 4 copies of the hardcover because I gifted it to everybody who I thought
Because
needed to
it's
read it.
so good.
Absolutely. And now
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the paperback. Like it's
Yeah.
just,
I mean, eventually
yeah,
it'll come out, right? I would assume.
yeah, and it'll just, it'll fit in my purse and it'll be good. Have
For
one
those
at every
times when you're
table.
just like, you're driving me crazy. I need
Yeah.
Mel to tell me to let them.
Let
Hang
them,
on, let
let
me pull it out.
them. What was that quote again? Oh yeah, let them. Right. I got to remember that.
We
Anyway,
haven't actually done that book on the podcast, have we?
no, we have not. We did the crossover, but we haven't talked about it
Yeah.
together, which
Yeah, so
which
we
which
do
would be
need
fun.
to. I think we do. I mean, and honestly, like I don't know if anyone listened to the crossover yet last month. Um, but I still haven't finished the book. Don't tell anyone. I Because listen, here's the thing.
You know,
Because
yeah.
we were listening to the audiobook, we being me and my husband, when we were driving, because I bought it, like I pre-ordered it. So it came out in December.
Mhm.
And we started listening to it on our drive down to California and back. And we were totally getting into it. And then the drive was over. And then I felt like, it was kind of like a Netflix show. Like I wasn't allowed to listen to it without him. But like, how
Mm,
often do you like sit in your house with your husband and listen to an audiobook? Like,
right.
that's just
Never.
not an activity that happens. You have to be in the car for a long drive or, whatever. And so then like all this time went by and I still haven't finished it. And I'm like, oh no, I need to get back to it. So
You
that's
know,
part of why I bought the hard copy, because now I can read it. I don't feel guilty reading it by myself. That's
well,
different.
see, I'm gonna admit here that I probably didn't read about 2.5 chapters because it went into relationships.
It
And
did. Yes.
yeah, and that was I was like, you know what? I've been married 25 years, still madly in love. He still makes me blush. We still make other people blush.
Yes.
And so
Like I don't need this let
yeah, for
them
me, I was
relationship stuff.
like,
Totally.
I already know how to be like, I'll let him do what he wants. I'm already there. So I kind of skipped over that and then just got to the end, which was basically, so let them, thumbs up, go high
Yeah.
five yourself and be happy. So
Yes.
that's what I haven't read yet, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that's a
I
good
think it'd
one.
be good. If it's not the Let Them theory or another Mel book. I
Mel
do
Brooks. You almost said Mel Brooks. I love it.
I did.
So different, but
They're doing a Spaceballs too. I mean, come on.
I know, I know, I know, I know. But yes, if it's not another Mel book,
Book,
yes.
then I think we should find something that we both read because I loved our conversation with the introvert entrepreneur. It was
Yes.
such an organic fit and how we ended up falling on it. But I think if we find one that's intentional, I think it'll be quite interesting on what we glean from it. And I have a
Absolutely.
Kindle
And I
now,
want to I
so
want recommendations, like comments, people. If
hmm
you're like, "Hey, this is the book you guys should talk about." Maybe because you absolutely love the book, maybe because you wrote the book. We are totally not opposed to that, as long as
absolutely.
you're not opposed to hearing our totally unfiltered and honest thoughts and opinions. Um, but also, like, based on what you've heard us talk about, if there's a book that you've been thinking all along, like, you guys would love this book, well, then tell us, because we probably don't know it
Yes.
exists yet, or it's on our
Yes.
TBR and we just haven't gotten there yet.
Haven't gotten there because our TBR is as tall as we are. So,
Yes, exactly. So
and
yeah,
that
give
doesn't
us
even
give
include
us
the fun
suggestions.
ones.
No, I know. That doesn't even remotely include the fun ones at all.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
no,
love
definitely let
that.
us know. But I definitely want to do another book that we both read, because I really enjoyed that conversation, because it felt, for me at least, it felt more, I don't want to say more conversational, because our conversations always feel conversational, but like we were coming from the same place, as opposed to,
Less
tell me
one-sided.
all about your book and I will ask
Yeah.
questions, which I love as well, but like it was just a
Yeah.
different vibe, and I did really enjoy
It
that
was
episode.
definitely less one-sided, less let me tell you my experience. It was
Right.
where we could really connect. And I think that's amazing. Like we do that on a daily basis anyway with everything else that comes with life. But I really enjoyed the book part of it.
I did
So
too.
yes, I'm asking you listeners, all of you, you too, Mom, got a book you
Yes.
want us to read? I think that's great. We got this. It'll be fun.
Yes. Yes. And I actually have her listening to the Let Them theory, that her and her husband, my dad, I don't know why I said her and her husband. That's so weird. They are on a long road trip right now, and I suggested that. Well, actually, she asked me because she'd heard me talk about it so much. She's like, "Do you think I would like that?" I was like, yes." So they got the audiobook. They've been listening to it, and she said they have been really loving it. So,
Oh, that's amazing.
spreading the word for you, Mel. That's doing what I can, doing my part.
All part of success through community.
Yes, it
That's
doesn't
how it
matter if
works.
you're already massively successful and everybody knows about you. We will still support you.
Absolutely, because that's what we do.
Yes. The best way that you can support the podcast is to make sure that you are subscribed wherever you're listening and leave us a review. That's the only way that new people will find and join our community. The Success Through Community podcast is hosted by Kelly Gable and Jolene Mills, and all episodes are solely the opinions of the respective host. Our sound production and editing is done by Kelly Gable, and all visual creative, including our logo, was created by Jolene Mills. The Success Through Community podcast is an STC production.